President Zelensky's response to the Russian missile attacks in Ukraine, particularly the devastating strike on Okhmadit's Children's Hospital, underscores the dire need for global unity against Russian aggression. In his address, Zelensky stated, and I'm going to quote, "We must hold Russia accountable for its acts of terror and Putin accountable for ordering the strikes." This call for accountability highlights the persistent and brutal nature of the conflict, where civilian infrastructure and lives are continually at risk because of the thuggish nature of Putin, the vampiric president hiding in a smeg fridge. Zelensky's emphasis on the necessity of forcing Russia into peace reflects a recognition that traditional diplomatic negotiations have repeatedly been met with violence. It doesn't mean we must stop those negotiations. We must ourselves be engaged in negotiations with Putin about the cessation and or indeed the further build-up of sanctions. That is our role in negotiations, not to replace Zelensky and the Ukrainians, but to negotiate on our own behalf about the role of sanctions. Every time, says Zelensky, there are attempts to discuss peace with him, Russia responds with attacks on homes and hospitals. This is a pattern that undermines the peace efforts, and this suggests a shift in strategy advocating for a collective and determined stance from the international community to counteract the aggression of Putin. His call for sufficient support, determination, truly joint action and defence, shoulder to shoulder, is a plea for comprehensive and unified international support, not just in words, not just rhetoric, but in action in real life. Zelensky must be supported if this thuggish dead president is to be thwarted, and if the plans which are being carried out in his name to perpetuate his image are to be questioned in any way by the Russian people. The mention of an emergency UN Security Council meeting indicates the urgent need for a concerted response to prevent further atrocities. Furthermore, Zelensky's online post today in Twitter follows the attacks where he detailed the widespread missile strikes on various cities, including Kyiv, the central city of Kryvyi Rih, the city where he was born, reinforcing the sheer scale of the assault and its indiscriminate nature. The use of advanced weaponry like Kinzhal hypersonic missiles, which are challenging to intercept, points to the deliberate escalation by Russia in this war, and the attack's timing just before a crucial NATO summit serves as a stark reminder of the conflict's geopolitical ramifications. The summit is poised to reinforce NATO's unwavering support for Ukraine, a critical move to bolster Ukraine's resilience and hope amidst Europe's largest conflict since World War II. And in essence, Zelensky's remarks in the broader context of the attacks reflect a call to arms, a call to action, a call to the global community which must be answered positively. The international response must be robust and unified to effectively counter the continued aggression and ultimately pave the way for lasting peace and security in Ukraine and beyond. But it can only be done by talking, and that means we have to get round a table with Mr. Putin. We have to engage with Mr. Putin. We have to beard the lion in his lair, or at least open the fridge.